Big news, everyone! Alex Eala just touched down in Washington, D.C. This is a huge event worth over $1 million, a WTA 500. And outside the tennis center, something wild is happening. You can hear it before you even see it. Flags are waving everywhere. But they are not American flags. They're red, white, and blue with 3 suns and 3 stars. Fans are lined up at the fences. And get this, this is just 72 hours after their hero walked off the court in tears after a tough loss to Jasmine Paolini. But Alex did not go home to rest. She got on a plane instead. And now, on July 27th, she is stepping into one of the toughest fields this tournament has ever seen. If you have followed Alex since Miami, since Madrid, since Berlin, you already know something big. This channel is where real Filipino tennis fans come together. Hit subscribe and stay with us. Let's rewind 4 days. July 6th, Wimbledon, round of 16. Alex loses to Paolini 4-6, 6-4, 3-6. But here's the thing, no Filipina has ever gone this far at a Grand Slam before. Ever. The Guardian even wrote that she got a standing ovation when she left the court. Then on July 7th, she posted just one word on Instagram. That was Monday. By Wednesday, she was already in Washington. Now here's why this field is so scary. It looks like a WTA 500 event, but it plays like a bigger one. According to the WTA's own release from July 3rd, 7 of the world's top 20 players are in this draw. Elina Svitolina is here, the same player Alex beat in Berlin just 3 weeks ago. Now Svitolina wants revenge. Marta Kostyuk is here too, a past DC finalist. Naomi Osaka, a 2-time US Open champion, is fighting to get back on top. Venus Williams, 46 years old, is still owning the spotlight. And Leylah Fernandez, last year's champion, is back to defend her title. And then there's the clock ticking. 1 year ago in Cincinnati, Alex's shoulder gave out. Too many matches, too little rest. People are asking the same question again. Can a 21-year-old go from grass to hard courts twice in just 3 weeks? History says it can't be done, but in 2026, Alex Eala keeps breaking the rules. Let's talk money. The prize pool for the women in Washington is over $1 million, $1,064,510 to be exact. Add in hospitality costs, and the whole event is worth over $1.6 million. 1 year ago, Alex wasn't even ranked in the top 140. Now, this isn't just a paycheck for her, this is a whole new life.
And she didn't sneak in through the back door. The WTA confirmed 20 players got direct spots in the main draw. Alex is one of them. No wild card, no favor, nothing handed to her. Her ranking sits at 32 right now, and thanks to Wimbledon, it's about to climb even higher on July 14th. Some news outlets in the Philippines said she got in on a wild card, but the WTA's own report says no, she earned her spot fair and square. Now, let's see how she earned it. Rewind to June. Berlin, June 17th, she beats world number 10 Elena Rybakina 7-5, 6-4. The very next day, June 18th, she beats Elina Svitolina 6-3, 6-4. 2 huge wins, back-to-back, on grass against a Wimbledon champion and a 5-time Grand Slam semifinalist. Then comes Wimbledon, round of 32, July 4th. She's up against the defending champion Iga Świątek. Alex wins 7-6, 6-2. This is her 2nd career win over Świątek. You don't beat a player like that by luck. You beat her because you belong at the top. After that match, she said something at the microphone that Filipino fans online could not stop repeating. The court is not the place to belittle yourself. That's not just a nice quote, that's a mindset her mentor has been building in her for months. Look at the pattern here. Madrid, a huge viral airport welcome. Paris, the same thing. Bad Homburg, a massive crowd, all caught on camera. And at Wimbledon, the LA Times even wrote a story on June 29th about how fast Filipino support was growing around her. So Washington is not something new, it's just the next chapter. And the D.C. area happens to have one of the biggest Filipino-American communities in the whole country. If her past stops are any hint, those fences outside the stadium are already packed. For 2 years, Filipino fans have been telling everyone around them, remember this name, Alex Eala. Well, now the whole world is catching up.
But why is all of this happening right now? One name explains a lot of it: Tony Nadal. This is the man who coached his nephew, Rafael Nadal, to 22 Grand Slam titles. He built one of the greatest careers on clay the sport has ever seen. And he runs the academy in Mallorca, where Alex has trained since she was just 13 years old. In 2026, according to Tennis 365 and confirmed by her head coach Joan Bosch, Tony Nadal has stepped in personally to guide her growth. Alex herself said it best, in words quoted by Tennis 365 earlier this year. "Tony told me things I didn't want to hear but needed to." And Tony has said publicly that she has huge potential, both in her game and in who she is as a person. That's not just a nice thing to say. That's Tony Nadal choosing where to spend the next chapter of his coaching career. And it doesn't stop there. According to Yahoo Sports, Rafael Nadal himself is reportedly helping guide her game this season, working through coach Joan Bosch. Rafael Nadal doesn't waste his time on players who don't matter. They are both betting big on her. And Washington is the very first hard-court test of that bet. So what comes after this? Montreal for the National Bank Open, Cincinnati in August, then the U.S. Open in New York on August 24th. This isn't just one tournament. This is a runway that could carry Alex Eala into the WTA's top 20 for the very first time ever for a Filipino player. And there's a reason it all starts in Washington. The Philippine Embassy sits just blocks away from the tennis center. This city is the political heart of America. So when Alex steps onto the practice court this week, she isn't just a tennis player. She is a symbol. A 21-year-old from Manila carrying her country's flag through the capital city, right where one of the biggest Filipino communities in the world lives. Tennis is growing fast across Southeast Asia. The WTA's total prize money jumped 13% from last year. Tournaments like this one are getting bigger paychecks because players like Alex are pulling in brand new fans and markets. Every flag in the crowd, every jersey in the stands, that's exactly why the prize money keeps climbing.
If she makes the semifinals here, she's projected to crack the top 25 before Montreal even begins. If she wins the whole thing, this stops being just a great story. It becomes a real, legendary career. But there's one thing that keeps this from being a sure win. She just lost her last match to Paolini, 3 sets, center court, the biggest stage of her life so far. She was ahead in the second set, but she couldn't close it out in the third. Some players need a week to get over something like that. Some players just go home, but not Alex. She posted 7 simple words in Tagalog and English: "Salamat Wimbledon." Thank you for everything, Wimbledon. Then, within 48 hours, she was already on a plane heading west. She didn't need to explain herself. Her actions already said it all. Let's rewind the whole month one more time. She beat Rybakina in straight sets. She beat Svitolina in straight sets. She battled Swiatek at Wimbledon. She had an emotional phone call with her father right there on the court in Berlin, and she didn't hide it. She got a standing ovation on center court. And that single word she posted on Instagram, around 115 million Filipinos read it like a prayer of thanks. And now she's on the ground in Washington, D.C., stepping into one of the deepest WTA 500 fields ever put together. And she's here as a direct entry into the main draw. No wild card, just pure ranking, pure hard work. This is not the same Alex Eala who showed up in Miami as a qualifier just 18 months ago. This is the player Tony Nadal personally chose to guide. This is the player who beat Iga Swiatek on grass. This is the player that Washington's Filipino community has been waiting for.
So here's the question. Does she make it all the way to the semifinals? Or does all that Wimbledon exhaustion catch up with her in round 1 against a top 20 seed? Drop your prediction below and tell us what draw you're hoping to see. If you've been following Alex since Miami, since Madrid, since Berlin, you already know. This channel is where the real Filipino tennis fans gather. Hit subscribe and stay in this circle with us, because Washington is just chapter 1 of a 3-stop journey. DC, Montreal, and Cincinnati. Every point she earns, every draw she gets, every crowd that shows up, from Washington all the way to Flushing Meadows, we're gonna break it down right here first.